Like all couples getting ready to tie the knot, Pippa Middleton and her husband James Matthews had some very specific requests for their wedding day. From saying yes to the perfect dress to finalizing the menu and narrowing down the guest list, there's a lot to consider when planning a wedding. But the Duchess of Cambridge's younger sister had a slightly unusual idea when it came to the seating plan. Pippa married James Matthew in a stunning ceremony on May 20, 2017, at St. Mark's Church in Englefield with their nephew Prince George and niece Princess Charlotte as the page boy and bridesmaid. Following the ceremony, the 300 guests made their way to Bucklebury Village Hall, where they parked their cars ahead of the evening's celebrations. They were then driven to Pippa's parents' estate, but not before each guest had their photo ID checked and their own password to get in. When they arrived, they were greeted by a 140-feet glass marquee in the garden, which had been decorated in an enchanted forest theme. Guests took part in a number of fun games and watched an excellent light show before they were served food and drink including mini haggis, deer carpaccio, langoustine claws and asparagus with hollandaise sauce. But when it was time to sit down to eat, guests were surprised to discover that Pippa hadn't followed a conventional seating plan chart. Instead, she set a rule that they weren't allowed to sit with their other halves. Although this is quite unusual, it does allow guests to get to know each other. According to the etiquette guide de Bretz, it is up to the host to decide whether husbands and wives are to be seated together apart at formal events. This meant that despite traveling 3,000 miles across the pond, Meghan Markle wasn't allowed to sit with Prince Harry. But, it turns out that Meghan almost didn't get an invite at all. Meghan and Harry hadn't been together for too long when Pippa and James got married, so there was a lot of media attention on them. This worried Pippa as she feared that it would overshadow her big day. In their book Finding Freedom, authors Omid, Scobie and Carolyn Durand claim that Meghan had planned to attend the full day, and even bought her outfit, but the decision was made that she skip it. So Harry went to the ceremony by himself, leaving Meghan at another wedding guest's Airbnb before they met up later to go to the reception together. In other news, the Prince of Wales is said to be incredibly sad about the tension between the Sussexes and the rest of the royal family, which has led to Charles not having met Lilibet. Mr. Bullen told Us Weekly in September, "I think Prince Charles really wants to meet his granddaughter. Prince Charles is incredibly sad about everything that's gone on. So the family will want to meet each other." However, the royal expert added that June's Platinum Jubilee celebrations in honor of the Queen's 70-year reign could offer the perfect backdrop for reconciliation. A 4-day bank holiday is scheduled between June 2 and June 5, and will include a service of Thanksgiving at St. Paul's Cathedral and a special live concert at Buckingham Palace. Mr. Bullen continued, "The Jubilee is a perfect opportunity for that because if Harry and Meghan do come back, because they have to be seen supporting the Queen, it's a great moment for everyone to be together. And everyone's going to have to play nicely and behave well because it's the Queen's moment. All the members of the royal family are very aware of the fact that it's her year. They're going to support her, and the headlines shouldn't be about them." In the couple's tell-all CBS interview with Oprah last March, Harry admitted that he and his father were no longer in contact. The Duke of Sussex said, "I feel really let down because he's been through something similar. He knows what pain feels like. I will always love him. There is a lot of hurt that's happened. I will make it one of my priorities to heal that relationship." In a subsequent interview for Apple TV Plus documentary The Me You Can't See, Harry said he wanted to break the cycle of pain and suffering when bringing up his own children. The Duke of Sussex claimed he had endured some form of pain or suffering because of his father's experiences growing up. It is believed that the pair have talked since, but that the wounds have not been entirely healed.